Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nightmares Incarnate, a conspiracy of D. We got a bit of a late start today. What? After our 6:10 a.m. in time, 9:10 p.m.
Scandinavian time.
Greenwich Mean Time.
GMT is 10 past 8.
Oh, it is 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do daylight
It's Scandinavian
savings?
time.
It is still 10 past 8 at the moment.
No, I'm saying, did you do daylight savings? Because it was 9.
Oh yeah, I reckon we probably. I don't keep track of it. Everything else updates on its own.
Okay.
I don't know time zones.
Well, Queensland does not do daylight savings, so that is why. When everyone moves an hour ahead or behind, I will still be at the same time, always.
Augers.
So, we cut back today. Hopefully nobody should be interrupting me because, as you can see by the lack of sunlight hitting my, I have gotten my curtain fixed. So the repairman should not be interrupting us. So we should have a full beam around 10:30, 4 hours. A full gameplay today. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Apologize for the interruption last week, but I had to get those things fixed. And we... Yes?
I just want to say I just spilled water into my fucking shirt sleeve, so, you know, we're chilling.
Oh, nice, yeah.
How did you do that?
I popped open a bottle of water that had, like, a champagne cork type thing, and the water pressure just, like, exploded into my sleeve.
Nice!
Okay.
And I also got some in my face, so I've already been sprayed in the face, you know.
Gave himself a facial.
Hot. Anyway, you were talking to Mehmet before the repairman came in, so we're gonna start from there. Continue the conversation.
Oh, thank God it doesn't start on me. I can barely remember what I did this morning.
I was having a sip of water. Chill. Yeah.
Right. My name is Jai Roseblade, and I'm playing Damp
that's right, we
Moss,
forgot
the
about this.
Drow Elf. Decided I'd step in first because we completely glossed over that. Hell yeah. Chris, back to you.
Yeah, my lovely players, thank you.
Jamen, jeg hedder Csthuagua Madsen, jeg er dansker, og har ikke tænkt mig at snakke engelsk resten af sessionen, det skal jeg være helt ærlig at sige. I'll be switching back to English now, though, don't worry. Right, as I was saying, I think actually, Casper, you should probably introduce yourself.
Okay. Hallo, jeg er Kasper. Jeg kommer heller ikke til å snakke engelsk resten av
God damn it, guys.
resten av kvelden. Vi holder oss til norsk og dansk, og det blir supert. Jeg spiller Gilrock Flarehound, som er en satyr. Bard.
So, for translation,
I just...
我的任务是大家，所以我是他们的。
Pull out a language, Jai. Do it.
I can speak less posh. That's about it.
Jai, introducing yourself as a roadman.
Yeah, right, bruv. So my name's like Jai Roseblade, and I'm gonna be playing some like drow elf, cool like druid dude. He's got
You
some
almost sound
plants
like
and
an
shit, got a
American
robot
frat
arm.
boy instead.
Nah, bruv. Don't even chat shit on me, fam. Right. Anyway, moving forward, Dusk, back to you.
Yeah. As I'm talking here with Mehmet, what is his like body language at the moment? Like, how is it? Stiff?
Yeah, he's stiff not because he's talking to you, but because you're in a party surrounded by very and clearly uncomfortable capacity.
Right. Well, let me get back into being depressed.
However, he has notified you that except for greenish hue on your face, you do not look that weird right now.
Right. I Mehmet, honestly, I've been kind of thinking about a few things recently in regards to, well, all of you.
Pray tell. Says, during small absent.
Still trying to figure out why you two were at the market that day. Like, I get why, but choosing to marry what was essentially at the time an absolute nobody seemed a little rash, and it's kind of made me wonder after meeting Beja. To me, it doesn't seem like she makes any moves that are not strategic, and she has some plan for those choices, but she couldn't possibly have known what would happen before that time.
Drugs that wanted us to get married. They're already going to. As long as that's something. Drugs.
I'm actually gonna roll a wisdom save to see if
Slap him.
Blaine's. No, not to slap him, but yeah, okay, he doesn't spill the beans. Right.
I'm blessed my mother.
Mehmet, would you really, if I had said yes to taking both of you, would you have gotten married and with your own sister as well in that case? Doesn't that seem strange to you?
Kind of like raising an eyebrow. Married.
I know, but it would be a polyamorous relationship. Would you just be married in name in that case?
No, it would. I mean, preferably. Most nobles here in 5 wives, 1 husband. My parents were like. As per year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I feel like I've had too much time to think lately. It's just been seems like we've been running from fight to fight and not really having a chance to slow down and take things in our own tempo. I'm just making sure that people aren't taking actions they'll regret. And I am going to look like him directly in the eyes as I say that.
Kind of a bit perplexed as he runs a hand along his horns, the one that's tattooed into the side of it, stares at you. Don't quite understand. He shrugs. I've done plenty of I regret. None of that pertains.
I wasn't specifically thinking of you, but I believe that is a discussion we can have for another day.
Understood.
I don't want to take up more of your time. Oh, go ahead.
Me. Something. Doctor.
Truth be told, it's more your mother.
Mother is... He kind of thinks for a moment. I know you and her don't. But yes, we can talk about enjoy the party. Sure. So, I have friends here to get in trouble now.
I suppose that much is true. I'll bid you goodbye. Oh shit. Did Gerald just move?
I moved Carol.
So I'd say, is there a ghost in the machine? If I look around, like, who do I see that might be interesting to talk to? Someone who looks maybe a little more shady.
Arkan the Cruel. Lizard people. EQC. A bunch of weirdos. There's a lot you can pick from.
Sneaky lizard people.
Why are they being sneaky? Or do I just like see them plain as day?
They look. You see them hiding behind a rock, looking at you.
Yes.
They're
They're too
being very
big for them.
sneaky.
Yeah, they're too big for the rock. Oh man. I'm actually just gonna slowly start walking in their direction, just kind of like looking towards them, just to see what their reaction is.
How much does your character know?
About Lizardmen? I'd imagine that depends. Like, would Kalia have a lot of Lizardmen on their?
No, it wouldn't.
Then probably not a whole lot.
How do you approach them?
Kind of just like I'm just looking in their direction to see what reaction they're giving off, but I'm just like walking at a normal pace. It's not because I'm power posing or some shit as I'm walking up there.
The black and green-skinned iguana-like man guts out his throat pouch, exposing a bright knee. Bobs his head up.
Well, something I do know from nature is that bright colors should usually be avoided. Can I just like produce a green flame that's the same shade as what his like throat is, just like at a respectful distance away, and just look at him?
No.
I guess I have the cantrip green flame blade. I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
You're with Kalia now. Not to color.
Oh, are you telling me I can't change the color of my flame? I see. I'll just use fucking prestidigitation to create a fucking red flame in that case, or a minor illusion.
Yep. Okay.
Or a green flame.
Good enough workaround, good enough.
Do you do anything with your head?
I don't know. I lift my chin a little bit, almost looking a little more like pompous.
Okay. He starts wagging his head back and forth rapidly.
Can I do like some sort of check to figure out what the fuck this is supposed to mean?
Yeah, it's nature. If you pay
Oh.
attention to lizards on your home island, it would be nature.
21. Oh my god.
Yeah, you come from a tropical island, so yes, you've seen iguanas do this sort of thing before. What he's doing is a dominance display. He is pushing out his throat and essentially like putting his down. Lizards usually do push-ups with this, but since these are upright, not gonna drop to the.
He drops down and gives him 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna produce this green flame in both of my hands and like grow it exponentially, and then I'm gonna like fold out my wings to full height and just start approaching very rapidly.
They all huddle up, watching
Full
intently.
combat stance.
Are we just seeing like a peacocking right now?
It's sort of, yeah.
You're not
This is
seeing,
literally.
you're not seeing this. Y'all are still.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
thing-
we're not out yet.
Yeah, no, you're
Well,
not.
Oh, okay.
Is
okay.
everyone else just seeing Blaine
Yes.
peacocking against these 3
Yes.
lizards?
Because it's funny. It's alright, as I approach with like my wings folded out and my throat like kind of lifted, what does my chin kind of lifted, what is the reaction of the screaming man?
So you don't. You are strong. Do not back down. We admire your persistence.
Hmm.
He nods his head, and his dewlap retreats.
I like slowly fold in my wings as well. What are you 3 doing here?
We were invited. We are master armsmiths from the far south, beyond where the harpies lay claim. Yes, the chief speaks the truth. We're brought here for weapons.
Are you
Behind me stands our leader. I am.
That's gonna.
the great warrior? What? Yeah, I didn't hear.
The great warrior.
Oh, I knew the name. God, the name. This one.
The Great Warrior.
Jeez.
He's
green,
the Great Warrior.
Green scales. Green and
Pet.
green and black scales. That's his name. Leave him alone.
Hmm.
His parents were very literal people.
Green scales.
So are lizard folk, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna lift an eyebrow a little bit and be like, were you brought here on commission or just to see if you could sell your weapons to someone who might be interested?
Not here on commission. Speaking of, where is Goldskin Man? Goldskin Man with weird obsession with his own body.
Old Skin Man is taking a nap right now. His feeble physique needed time to rest.
All right.
Are you available for hiring for crafting weapons and such at a later date?
Depends. You seem strong. Weapons for... Yes.
And
We do not just give out weapons to anyone. Rigorous process.
Aquamarine.
I would build an army that would shake the ground and burn the heavens with the weapons you could create. I already have my own city being built out in the desert, and I'm training warriors as I speak. Yet I do lack master blacksmiths. This would be a longer duration contract than what you might be used to, although the pay would be substantially better as well.
The tall, large crocodilian-like one steps forward.
So you are sharp and speak of
I am.
rising star, dear.
What does that mean? Went
Kind
silent.
of like he kind of bares his fangs almost in like a as in stop talking about that kind of gesture.
Hmm. for weapons.
I wish to see your product before I dedicate myself to anything.
Green scales. The story. At once, sir.
The iguana-like lizard man, green scales, holds out a long carpet with weapons hooked into various latches in front of you. As he does so, you see various weapons made from obsidian, mostly some steel, carved animal bone, embossed with gold.
Each is handcrafted by our people. Yes. Take great pride in what you
What looks like it would fit me the best? Like, what's the size weapon? Like, what am I looking at that would fit me the best?
They have all sizes of weapon. You see things ranging from... I mean, mostly this is knives and swords, just because of what's easier to transport, but it goes from very small daggers designed for a dwarf to very large one. Kind of... like as long... on fine.
Yeah. Can I pick up like a short sword or a mace?
There are many different short swords. There is a Kopesh style short sword. There is the short sword, a two-edged, which you look.
I think Blaine kind of looks at the different swords, realizes he's actually looking for something different, and like shakes his head minutely and says, "Do you perchance have daggers with holsters for, say, things such as poison in them?"
These are all poison. All of them have been lacquered with sap of trees from Abisharn. It's part of our special.
Will it stay on permanently?
Good, lest you cleanse it with holy.
Interesting. And what does this poison do exactly? Is it paralytic? Does it just kill them? What happens?
Isaac. It's a nerve toxin. Produces nerve. It's to set up this to pseudoreceptors.
Hmm. I noticed that this man has moved behind me, right?
He came around, so you can see him again. But
Oh,
yeah, I
okay,
mean,
so-
like I thought you were facing, because the thing is rolled out like along.
I get it now. I had to like visualize it for a second. I was like, wait, is he sneaking behind me as I'm talking to the other guy? Never mind, yeah.
This is their leader. That's who's talking to you.
Yeah, I got that now.
Okay.
How much would such a
Check,
weapon
check.
cost?
Casper hit the
Good
meat check.
word.
Me?
Yes.
I got it. You can just talk while I do it.
Such a weapon is. These are the best, only fit for nobility. They cost anywhere between 1,000 to 100. Potency, customization. Buying in
Same.
bulk is discount.
If I put, let's say, 85k down, what would I be able to get?
2 weapons. for yourself. Commission.
This would be commissioning. I would require a dagger that is easily concealable. I would take just one weapon if you can make it so that it can, in some way, fold in on itself. And it needs to be able to coat itself in poison by choice, not where it's just permanently poisoned.
I puts a hand up to white understand respect. Able to demonstrate efficacy in respects. I can see what can be done.
Hmm. Very well. How quickly would you be able to have that crafted for me?
Perhaps
A few days. I'm heading to a. I suppose that would be called a slave market in this place, wouldn't it? If you could meet me there when you're done, that'd be wonderful.
What
I'd be able to
day?
get all of my. I believe it would be the day after tomorrow, I think? Or was that tomorrow? At dusk. Was that tomorrow we made that, or was that for the day after tomorrow?
it's
Yeah, alright, so in 2 or 3 days from now.
anyone hear anything from
Nope.
Nope.
Being the weirdo.
Alright, I will see what done. Yes.
he sniffed?
Smells strange.
Is that?
What did you say?
I said, and why is that?
Smell of flour and same smell of darkness. Decay. Odd combination.
I think my face is gonna go from like just kind of looking neutral to looking very, very angry. And I just I kind of like almost, I kind of like just hiss at him and say, "Mind your own business."
The two other lizard folk draw their obsidian swords from their bags as you hiss. The leader motions them to put them. There's a backing up a foot from you.
Just observation.
Hmm. Get the weapon done. I will inspect it, and we may discuss further use for your operations. However, what is going on in my personal life will neither concern you nor interest you.
Where does it?
Good. Anything else?
You have with engaging lizardfolk game versus dragon.
Which would be?
He begins to explain to you a complicated game that vaguely resembles, or however it is different, as they use like sometimes a sacrificed head, but in this case, obviously that's not available. They use a skin ball to compete against one another.
I think after hearing that explanation, I just shake my head gently. I appreciate the offer, although that is not something I find interest in. I bid you and your men good day.
Nods, and you see the green scales begin to up the carpet, his tongue flicking in the air as he catches a fly on the night sky. As you walk away, you hear in your mind, so bad.
You've done nothing good for me ever since. I remember everything now. You made me alienate the people I loved.
What have you seen odds do for you? Have they brought you back glory as your father made up for his transgression?
No, he has not. But neither have you. And whereas you made me alienate everyone that I love and made me do things that I would rather not speak of, they've tried to give me some semblance of familial love. They are terrible at it and do not know how to do it, but they've tried.
You blame me for a number of things. Self, or have you interrogated the memory deeply? I didn't tell you down that bill. Wanted.
I did. At the time, I truly did. You had convinced me that was the right idea.
I can. That power was the right idea. Not so different from one another. Fire chose direct power and do better. Rank.
I know I did. And I do quite regret it. And there's like a bit of hesitation as he says regret it.
Do you?
Csthuagua.
Have you been satisfied with the taste of animal? The scarce your offering it here in this country, so afraid, so genteel, so fragile. Look at Babur strength from his.
I kind of like snort a little bit and say, the only thing I've thought about in regards to Babur is killing the idiot. I'm pretty sure if I sucked blood out of him, I would probably fall in intelligence.
Your mind flashes with an image of an inhuman smile spreading across dark pitch skin, teeth jagged, misshapen, a chaotic keyboard on a piano, growing in and out of gums that are also the same dark black. Goes in your. I need a wisdom save. A large, massive eye, bright blue in color, stares at you.
Since I have all my memories back, I imagine I've probably seen this before. Would I have advantage on this roll
Yes,
in that
you do.
case? Yeah. Okay, either an 11 or a 17.
With a 17, you manage not to collapse in horror. That is what happens. You grab hold of the sundial and you manage not to fall down.
Yeah, I get like a pretty like I shake like a little bit as I'm like I get the fucking like chill down my spine as I see that in front of my inner eye. You're ugh. I forgot how strange you look.
Is that so?
You get so used to looking at the gods and their perfect designs of themselves that you almost look like a broken canvas. I suppose I am a little bit. You have been controlling my actions for the last, I can't even care to remember how many years. I had a lot of power.
I could be like Pazoo. But what is
I suppose beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
beauty, power? That whether I only
But let me
the
guess.
God have them.
I suppose that might be true. And I suppose you did make me powerful while I was under your patronage. But the cons definitely outweighed the pros, I will admit.
When you I will.
I'm sure you will. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to cut the connection anyway.
I mean, you can stop her from talking. You can feel that had existed. Like that. Hello?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Oh, I didn't hear what you said after that.
Oh, I just did a deep sigh.
Okay.
I think I realized this and just as I said, I let out like a deep sigh and just like rubbed my forehead a little bit. And I think about Kalia. I think about like what her reaction was back on the boat. For an example, after I tortured that hag, how mad and well, also scared for my sake that she was. And I think it brings like a pretty deep frown to my face when I consider the fact that I'm talking to what is essentially the antithesis of everything she wants me to be. Again, it leaves like a very bitter taste of irony in my mouth that it almost feels like I'm back where I started. And like the drinks glass I'm holding in my hand, I just like started tightening around like more and more angrily.
What's your strength score?
It's not very high. It's like
Okay,
10.
you
Yeah.
can break the glass.
Yeah. It's just like white knuckled with anger as I'd hold this glass as hard as possible, and I like almost consider throwing it, but then I put it on the sundial and just like,
Hey,
oh,
hey, buddy,
what's that?
are you feeling okay? You're looking a little sour. Bubbler comes over and puts it.
Can I just like very like can I just like as he's like putting his hand out, can I just like kind of like dodge it like gently, just like
Yes.
yeah.
I would need you to roll me another. Save this.
Another wisdom save? Okay. That's a 12.
You want to suck his blood.
Babble, I'm sucking breath in over my fangs. As I've put a hand on his shoulder and instead I'm like, Babble, I need you to I need you to uh I need you to step back. Please.
Okay.
And like my right hand, like I have my left hand on his shoulder, my right hand is like opening and closing very rapidly.
You look pretty sick. Are you sure we shouldn't go back to the palace?
No, I believe I've had a bit too much wine. I think I need a moment alone.
Of course. I mean, we're all here for you. Yeah. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. We're all going.
Yeah, I can just smell Gianthal step next to me, I assume, and he probably also smells the blood. Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna start I take I step 1 foot back from each of them. Yeah, I thank you. Yeah, that's very kind of you all.
Hey, you wanna play dodgeball or whatever?
Is that Ty asking
Yes.
me?
The Dragonborn and the Lizardfolk are gonna play some dodgeball. I was gonna join. You wanna join? I think he need to calm down. You can meet us back at the palace if you. Babor comes back with her and you sit there and kind of look a bit strangely, like his head is cocked.
Like even without thinking about it, I look at Farron and I consider the fact that the properties of his blood would taste different from someone like Babor or Ty or Gianthal for that matter, because he's got I'm imagining he probably has more magic in his blood due to the fact that he's fire genasi.
Yes.
Spicy.
Yeah, he's probably tastes like spicy enchilada, but yeah. And I look at him and I can feel the saliva kind of building up in my mouth, dripping from my fangs almost, and I close my mouth very tightly. It almost looks like I'm a little bit in pain, and I'm just like,
roll me a con.
on 18.
You manage not to cut your own with your fang.
Yeah, I'll see you guys back at the palace, and I'm going to low key speed walk out of here.
Low-key power walking.
Oh no, look at that. As Blaine is speed
I
walking
imagine I
towards
probably
the
just leave
door.
that the same way
Nope, you don't, because as you are walking towards the door,
the
look
same
who
way
it
I
is.
came, unless I'm gonna bump
It's-
into all
it's
these
the
fuckers
boy.
now.
That's what I just said.
Oh my
You
fucking
didn't let
God.
me finish the
Yeah.
sentence.
Alright.
As you are walking towards the exit, guess who emerges? Sandeep, followed by Gale and Gilrock and Damp Moss.
So, Gilrock, explain to me one more time. I'm still not entirely sure. You said when you went to that strange place with all of the glowing signs on those large buildings, there was something called an NFT, and it's an image that is technically a currency?
It's like an artwork, how you can sell an artwork, but you own the picture and
Oh,
no one
hello,
can.
Blaine.
Hey.
Oh, and I can make like many iterations. Yes, and they can all be poor quality. I don't. That seems strange.
Yeah. It's insane. What I heard, it's like it's a picture. It's literally a painting. Any person could have it, but it's worth
One
money
moment,
for
Gilrock.
you.
Blaine, are you feeling okay? You look a little look a little. Wow.
Pale.
Huh. Yeah, look a little peaky.
You look all
I'm looking
pale.
over. Yeah. I just look at like Gilrock and just imagine
Lamb
like
chops.
yeah, lamb chops. Yeah,
Lamb sauce.
it's just sucking my teeth as my mouth is like completely closed off.
Hey, have you had too much to drink? Sandeep approaches you and gently taps on your shoulders.
You hear in your head, is it that?
It's really, really bad. I need to go now.
Sandeep, why don't you go with Gilrock? I'll just follow Blaine out, make sure that he's feeling okay.
Stop.
All right, Blaine?
Stop right now.
Is this Veitara?
Yes, it is. Pulls out her necklace on her chain and eidolon.
Do I get to roll deception against that?
You can. It is not an advantage. Unless you burn your inspiration.
24.
Damn it.
Fuck you, Veitara.
Hmm.
I offer you very clearly my mechanical arm and motion my
God
head
damn it,
towards the
Gale.
door.
Yeah, I'm not looking you in your eyes. I'm just looking at the side of your neck, and I'm just like, all right. I just like turn my head back, and I just continue walking, and I just say in your head, "You can follow me out if you choose to. I just need to go now. I need to go like right now."
Wait. Where are you going?
We'll be back soon.
That was weird.
Yo just kind of shrugs and he's just like, yeah.
You just hear in your head before I run out of range. Blaine's feeling a little thirsty. We'll be back when it settles down.
Gilligan is he's just thinking to himself, I thought he had too much to drink, huh? Blaine has never made a problem of being their blood in my presence, so I wouldn't think of it.
Farron meets Bates.
Yeah, but Farron's so far away.
Farron's thinking about what you were doing earlier. Which he can do.
Mm.
Well, Gilrock's just kind of walking ahead. He's like, well,
But wait, we need to go make sure he's alright. We can't just let him back in the...
he can fly. I'm sure he'll be fine. If he needs to go, he needs to go, I guess.
We must wait.
It's not really...
Damp Moss. Either one of them being alone is not a good idea. You seem to not understand that. Sandeep looks at you, very serious.
I'm confused. They're going outside the door. Are they going to
Alone
get stabbed?
in the middle of the night. No, they may not. Nothing may happen at all, but it's the prospect of something that could happen. We're not in a safe area of the city at all.
Blaine can fly, so he can probably get out pretty quick.
But of your other friend,
I'm sure he'll be fine. Start walking.
Thank you for the vote of
I'm
confidence.
going to go after them. You can come with me or not.
This is where Sandy dies.
Gilrock stops and sighs, and he's like, fine. Yeah, okay, cool.
This is where I don't know.
Gilrock's just like, fine, let's see if they've been mugged outside your gate.
It's... Why are you being so headstrong right now?
I just don't see the problem with them going right outside your gate.
It's not what's right outside the gate, it's what's beyond that I'm concerned about.
But again, like I previously mentioned, Blaine can just fly into the air. Is there anything in the city that's gonna get him 100 feet up?
A dragonborn, a tiefling. Other things can fly too.
Blaine's pretty. Blaine can handle himself pretty well. But sure, let's see if they're fine. I guess.
Sir. Yes, what of the other guests? It's so long as the party continues. Fine, everyone's under the same agreement. Or concern.
And as all
What
of
do
the
you
players leave this area, Ty insults someone, chaos ensues.
Oh no.
I throws a dodgeball directly in Arkin's face. He gets mad.
I mean, as funny as that would be, I'm not gonna do that.
So
Give me a second.
we go.
So Blaine and Damp Moss, you will be. Gosh, calm down.
That's Gilrock to Sandeep. Yeah,
Okay.
since he was so insistent upon
Yeah,
going
y'all are
outside this
going
gate.
inside the house first. We're cutting over to Orin and Blaine as they're leaving.
Brainy.
Talk about your conversation. Look for a map for this situation.
So,
Uh,
are we talking feeling a little down, or like, oh no, you're not looking me in the face, are you? Okay, it's quite bad.
I'm like, as you're talking to me, I'm literally like half stumbling forwards. I look very pale, and like I have like cold sweat dripping down my forehead. And I just like I keep on glancing directly at your fucking like carotid artery in your neck. Uh, just like I can
Hair damps, his pulse just start
literally, yeah.
going higher and higher.
So, as we're walking through this hallway, is there anyone else in sight, or does it seem like we're going to be pretty free until the door?
There's guards, but they're just watching. They assume
Mhm.
it's drunkenly stumbling, not particularly
Okay.
either of you.
About how far till the door?
It's a pretty long walk, so yeah, y'all have time.
Alright.
He has a massive house.
So, are we, just going to try and find an alleyway somewhere, let you calm down for a moment?
Torin, I need some blood now.
I mean, I just like slightly tilt my head back and give like a shrug. Unless you have something against that?
What, do you want me to bite you?
If you need blood. It may taste a little earthy being druidic and all, but
I'm not gonna get
should work
high
out.
if I drink you. Will I?
Don't think so, but I've not been drunk before. It would be interesting to know.
Does Blaine trust his own self-control right now?
Yeah, that's the Blaine's really questioning himself right
That's
now.
not
He's
the
like,
only thing that would be an issue. This is against everything you.
yeah.
Well, if need be, I can try and wrap you up with vines and just stick my fist in your mouth. It's made of metal, so it shouldn't do anything, correct?
I don't really want you to break my teeth.
I mean, I would do my best not to, but if it comes to that or you breaking some sort of vow, then might chip the chrome a little.
Like, I stop for a minute and just like rest my hand on the wall, and I like take a
As
deep breath.
you are having kind of this moment, your mind flashes back to school. You, as a young child, sat next to your sister in a small schoolhouse on the outside of. As the teacher points at a drawn rendering of your goddess, says, one of the most important things that the goddess taught our people when we came over from the western was that our old ways of feeding on people were wrong. He told us that would not be our future, to live in paradise. That we would cherish others and protect them. That is why we as vampires are different. Do not feed.
As that kind of flashes through my mind, I stop and put my hand up to the wall and I do like a deep breath in, where I suck it in through my nose and blow it out through my mouth. As I just like look towards the floor. Torin,
Hmm.
let's go outside.
Understood. Lead the way. And I just like hook the arm back around again to make sure that you don't fall and or start to wander off.
Roll me perception checks, both of you.
Okie dokie.
17.
You feel somebody's up.
17. I assume the same.
Both feel some eyes on you.
That you both feel eyes on you.
In your head. Blaine, you feel that too, right?
But yeah, but like we've been talking in our head the entire time. I just want to point that out. Dusk.
It's fine. There's
Yeah.
eyes on you from another reason, because I told you someone was at this party, but nobody
Yeah.
seems to remember. That's fine. You'll figure it out.
Do you mean? Oh, Shira.
Ashfara. Yeah.
Oh, Ashara, right? Yeah.
Ashfara, yeah, she's here. Well.
Well, just before whatever those eyes mean kicks off, I do just also want to say, if you want some sort of loophole to get around the no drinking thing, I am able to wild shape, you know, so possibly if you wanted to drink from a direwolf, then that would work. Anyway, let's deal with who's looking at us. And I take like a quick glance around to try and catch wherever they are.
You don't see anything. A vague shadow crawling, lingering on the ornate walls of Sandeep House. Disappeared.
Okay. Something crawled on the walls and disappeared. That's never a good sign. Let's head maybe the other side of the square for a moment.
Oh, you're not. No,
of like-
you're not here yet. Let me get it.
Okay,
get
so
to it.
we're on the way
Yeah.
still. Okay.
I can't get rid of him.
So
Oops.
did we see someone crawling on the walls on the inside of the building?
Yep.
Oh, that's much creepier. Okay.
As you emerge
I do believe we're
outside,
being
you
followed.
emerge onto a street. Rain is actually falling. City event. The ground swells bright red dirt, kind of creating a along cobblestone roads of Proverbs. Walk through, you see buildings, dilapidated, some still intact, partial. This is the worst of T&E's poverty. I don't know if having them that hard about coming is kind of.
Little question for you, Dusk. How far away behind me and Sandeep? Because it went like a total of 20 seconds of him going, we should follow him. Or we're going after him. So, like, how far behind are we?
I mean, he's not running, so I
Yeah.
actually dampen. Blaine
I mean,
probably
because
faster.
because Blaine was stumbling and stuff. I don't know how fast they'd be. I was just wondering.
As you emerge onto the street, hear loud clatter of thunder. Roll me perception, please, both of you.
Okay. That nature check is just as I'm walking to stop my nice outfit because it's white from getting stained with mud. I'm just growing a small patch of grass as I take each step to avoid stepping in it. Ooh, 25.
A shadow appears on the roof of the building and it flashes with light.
Blaine, up there.
A woman with orange skin, vaguely seen. Dark purple dress. As she crushes.
Is this someone I would recognize from the session I missed?
No.
No.
Okay, cool.
This is someone from before we joined Joy.
Awesome. Just to be sure, I do not have any idea who this person is. Cool.
Nope. And
Well,
you
he does.
also see some vague other figures. Something horrid. Putrid stains there.
Blaine, you see on the roof?
After you've pointed it out, Blaine is just staring Ashfara directly, like in what he approximates would be her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'll
And it's
take
actually-
that,
he's a-
little wing bristle as a yes.
sorry, what?
I'll say that your wings bristled slightly as you call them.
Yeah. And I'm gonna keep a charged up, as in like I'm ready to cast it. I'm gonna like have a subtle spell ready, to cast hypnotic pattern in case she moves.
From what direction did I see? You said there were other shapes.
Yeah, I gotta put things on the map.
Cool.
Gilrock, as you are
Uh-huh.
walking behind, Sandeep looks up and sees that it is raining. He looks to Gale, who pulls out a few umbrellas and hands. Something seems odd. Very odd. There
It doesn't.
smells of sulfur. You smell it.
Asking me?
Vaytar is visibly tense. Yeah, he is
Gillard?
talking to you, yes. Talking.
I was just wondering because you said Maytara, so I was like, it's not me. Gilroy just kind of like leans his head back and lets the rain hit his face, and he's like, it's the fucking demons again. Well, that's not good. Yo, Gale, you can fight, right?
What? What do you... Yes, I mean, I can, but what do you mean?
We may need to.
Ignore the picture right now.
Oh my god, did you see that, Gale?
Fucking Baylor. Oh my god.
Gilroy's just gonna like just start walking forward. What's going? You guys coming?
Well, give me a moment, please. Sandeep says as you see Vaytara kind of look at you, and then her tail swishes. This is something. There is a demon.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like earlier. Oh, his presence. I would know what it smells.
While that's happening, as I see Blaine is subtly preparing to cast a spell, he just hears in his head, just to let you know, I have very little magic left. In fact, I think I'd only be able to cast my weakest magic maybe twice more.
Are you two really that foolish? The woman speaks aloud.
Oh, she can hear in our minds, can she?
Not talking. She doesn't hear. She's speaking. Just that can apply to this situation. She
Do I see this woman?
Yeah, you do.
I just look up and say out loud, am I supposed to know who you are, or is this one of those, ambushes?
I mean, I'm surprised Blaney dearest has not told you. I am.
Blaine, dearest. And I turn and just, like, give him a quick glance, and then look back at her. Uh, perhaps if I heard your name, it would ring a bell.
Ashfara.
Hmm.
Well, one of me
Nope, no
is
bells.
foremost servitor of Orcus, demon lord of
Oh, you work for Orcus. Good. Well, makes things easier.
Do be rubbing his temples right now.
Is Gilrock on that hearing all of this?
I mean, she's speaking out loud, and I'm
Well,
basically
yeah,
as far
I know.
away
Do
from
you
her as
stop?
you are, so I
Do
would
you,
assume.
do you, yes, you hear it. You stop Vatara. Vatara is about to fly up like a missile.
Georg is just like, yeah, Georg just takes his hand out, like, maybe not.
Yes, in fact, please don't. And I've also raised my hand.
So, are you going to harm the other one as well, Blaine? One who is not Orcus's servant? You both inhabit the same body, fortunately. I suppose in this case, fortunately, more than unfortunately.
Oh, well, for fuck's sake, doesn't that make this more awkward?
I don't think awkward begins to describe the half of it. Another figure, like wisps and tendrils of smoke, jumps down from the top and flutters to the ground.
And of course there's a smoky ghost too. Well, today just gets better
Oh,
and better.
I know.
Blaine, any plans?
Blaine.
I like lean around Blaine's wing. So that one's Vey something, and you are?
I'm confused. Her name's Ashfara. What do you mean, Vey?
Yeah, he completely got that wrong.
Okay, I was like,
he didn't hear her name, and it's raining, and he just was like, "Oh, Smoky Dude, who are you?"
you know who I am. You do know who
Well,
this
that's a
is.
good sign. Whom is this?
Pazuzu.
Ah.
Lord of Ease, Pestilence, and the Western Wind.
Didn't we fuck this guy already?
You did. He's very powerful.
Already back?
Put him in a
Damn.
cage and sent him away by asking
I
Ben
can
Zabi to
remember
come
Legendary Resistance this time. I will remember.
down. Oh dear. Blaine, resistance may not be the best idea right now.
What are you doing here? Ashfara speaks aloud towards Pazuzu. Seeing what our enemy is up to, while both of our enemies gathered in one place. Seems like a fun little game is afoot, yes?
Well, actually, we sort of were at this, lovely high-class social gathering for the underbelly of the city. A quick little party, if you will.
Oh, I could have come. I was there already, Pazuzu said. I've been
Well,
watching
then
you
you
all
know.
night. Blaine, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I know. Blaine is just kind of he's just looking in the direction of Ashfara and is just like contemplating whether he should try and talk to her or not.
This one, no. I mean, you would already know the answer, but like, there's two of her, so I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Oh!
Two skulls, same
As this
building.
is happening, you just see that a small patch of moss that I've had like underneath my cloak on my hip because I couldn't bear to part with it, begins to just glow very slightly from under the shirt, and I'm just gonna recover one of my 4th level spell slots real quick.
summon
Hell
a
yeah,
summon a
druid
god, and
recovery.
I won't hesitate. Z Zana. You see Pazuzu open his beak, and as a nightjar swoops through the air, he breathes on it, falls down to the ground dead.
Never mind, I read that wrong. It only works on a short rest. Scratch that. I didn't get it back.
Okay, well, we're gonna roll with what I just said anyway, so.
Oh, that's fine.
He says if we summon a god,
Yep.
he's going to breathe pure and pestilence on us.
Yep.
I'm going to close my eyes and I'm actually gonna roll this as percentile dice, if you allow me. If I
Okay.
roll above 50, I'm gonna say Csthuagua, please help us. Or if I roll below 50, I'm gonna say Kalia, please help us. In my head.
Yep.
Spicy. That is a 99.
Oh
Oh my
no!
god.
Oh no!
That's a
Oh
fucking 99.
no.
I,
Oh, that's
I
good.
was also gonna ask you, Dusky, if like Gilly could do a little religion check to be like, "Yo, Hyano, it's your day and everything." Demon Lord's here.
It's no longer his day. It's after midnight right now.
Well,
You don't give a shit no
well,
more.
He does
well,
give a
can
shit,
I?
but you can, yes.
He's
Yeah.
kicked his feet up, he's halfway through a beer, he's watching TV. Do I have to save you right now?
Not save me, just like, hey, maybe you should know. Well, let's see how I do. 10. Doesn't work.
Yeah, no.
I didn't pay attention in religion class. I don't know how to pray.
That's not the issue. It's dark and it's the middle of the night. The creeping
No.
darkness is manifold. Blaine, as you
I don't reach out to Jufor because he's dying.
that by the way, Jufor is he said that he had a problem last time. That doesn't mean today he's not feeling better.
Oh no, I know, but like, all I've seen him recently is like there is a spike slowly drawing closer to killing him. I just kind of feel like I don't want to push it.
Fair enough.
Zuzu freezes in place as you see his body momentarily go still as he pauses. His eyes shoot over towards Blaine before he
Like, oh,
make me an insight check, please.
okay. 17? Doing pretty good on these like low rolls today.
Damp, you can also make an insight check, and
Hell.
Gilrock, everyone can, but
Yeah.
Ooh,
What is he
24.
checking against? Is there something that I would notice that he's trying to do?
no, because you didn't roll high enough,
You know.
Okay.
and that's what matters in
Um,
this situation.
Um, just a question, because I kind of wanted to try this now. I have an opportunity.
Yep.
Since I'm just kind of standing off to the side, just looking all this, could Gilrock try and do his little like psionic look and look at this big demon lord to see if it looks similar to Blaine's black tendril mass the last time he saw it,
Oh yeah.
or if it's different?
If you're using your
Okay.
aura sight, Pazuzu is dark as midnight. He is like a black hole. It is the same nature as what you saw rising up.
Okay, Gilrock's gonna take a look at Blaine now as well to see, is Blaine having a schizo moment since it's been like 2 hours since he went a little psycho.
You see
Just look at him.
tendrils migrating down Blaine's body, up within him,
Okay.
up
Gilrock's
into
like, "Aw,
his
damn."
mouth. As Pazuzu feigns strain, Damp Moss, Sandeep, and that's it. Can tell what's actually going on. Blaine, you 100% believe his acting. Pazuzu feigns like dying.
I immediately tell actually, yeah, let me just quickly check. Yeah, everyone's within 60 feet. They all, including Sandy, because I don't know, he knows, get a quick, he's lying, just so you know.
I think like Blaine goes from looking angrily at Pazuzu to kind of just rolling his eyes, and I don't know. I think he tries. Well, I try to like push back the feeling of like having prayed to her because she didn't really seem to
Do anything.
do anything. Yeah.
No, he's gone. He disappeared, but like he didn't. It wasn't because he's dead. He chose to leave. You think I don't think you would believe Damp Moss in this situation. Because in this situation, it looks like he died. Like it looks like he got smoked by her. Like you see a flash and like him like tugging at his neck and like ichor coming out as wounds open on his body. But Damp Moss is able.
I step up and just place a hand on Blaine's shoulder. That looked quite real, but no, seriously, that was Well, are you feeling any better, or is it still somewhat overwhelming?
My eyes, like as I'm looking at you, my eyes are kind of like darting all over the place, but almost as if like it's lazy eyes, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not like it's not really like there's any connection as I'm looking at
His
you.
eyes are slightly off color, as if he's developed cataracts.
Since I'm so close to Blaine, does Gilrock see anything on me? What does his eyes see of me?
Your aura is a bright green mixed with yellow. You look like a normal.
Hmm.
I mean, you have a few tiny flecks of black nerve cells in your arm, but like it's not really noticeable. You're like really paying
Squinting.
attention.
Uh, well, you up on the roof there.
That was
You said
fucking
that.
pointless. Anyway, yes, I am Ashfara al-Karimi, servitor of Orcus. I have no idea what was happening with that. That was stupid. I don't understand it myself. Yes, yes, fancy crime lord, we get it. Anyway. Where's the wand of Orcus? Where's the wand? I know you know.
I'm sorry. What?
Where is the wand?
And
Can I
this is something we're supposed
oh,
to have?
I'll just be like, stop talking.
You want my help?
No. Ashfara. And like saggy shoulders, I'm just gonna walk like slowly towards where she's standing up on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
I don't stand too close to him, but I keep like 5 feet.
He was just like scanning this with his eyes, just looking at them like side eye and following them.
Come down.
Tell me where the wand is.
Come down and we'll talk.
How did you get invited to my party? I don't... Shut up. Jesus. No, Natir. Ugh. Ugh. Why did I say? The other self is rubbing up. He hops down from the roof with ease and stares at you. Location.
I think he just looks at her for a long good while. Considers whether... Can I like feel if there's anyone else around in this area? Or is it just her?
You can try. But you're rolling at disadvantage. You feel like trash.
Would that be Arcana if it's like a magical being, or would that be Perception? Okay, so Arcana.
You can do one or the other, whatever you're better at, but you are rolling at
Definitely gonna
disadvantage.
either a 17 or a 10. Fuck.
The sound of rain and the scent of rain is blocking whatever else is present from being readily detected.
I don't even have an inclination of like in what direction something seems, yeah. Ashvara, I'm not in possession of the wand, nor do I know where it is.
Stop lying. I know who took it, and I know she was with you for several weeks. So you know where it is. It's wherever she is.
I do not know where she is after they left.
Atara leans up to Gilrock. Let get her already.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Can I hear that?
Yes.
There's just like really, really strong side eye looking at Vaitara for a second before I look back at Ashfara. I do not know where the one who possesses the wand finds themselves now. You coming here has been a waste of time.
You lying is a waste of mine.
Honestly, go ahead. Check my mind. I have no idea where they went. After they teleported to Orgeo, I do not know where they ended up. Just do it. I don't care.
Give her a sec. I gotta fix her spell list.
Just like some quick studying really quick. Like, alright, okay, so that's how I do it.
Turns around, pulls out a book, furiously flipping through some pages.
Detect thoughts, detect thoughts, detect thoughts.
Shit.
Fuck.
Locate creature. No, that's not it. Fuck.
Thoughts cage? How did I even get that? What?
It's not among my spells.
Does she even have detect odds?
What is she?
She's a warlock.
Yep.
As she should.
Which level is it? It's first, right?
Second.
Okay.
Good second, yeah.
I don't think she has it. I don't think she gets it for this kind.
Maybe her pack doesn't give it to her. Well, Lamau. Blaine standing there, check my mind, and she's just standing looking at him like, the fuck? Huh?
I thought it did have it too, so that's why I'm a bit confused myself. I was like, huh? What's going on?
You can do a
Anyway,
little wacky DMing and just say shit. So no.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not the one who will be doing the checking up. He will be.
You still haven't improved since the
No,
last time I
I've
saw you.
improved. But I have somebody else who can do reactions as a hulking, massive, rotund Orsine male appears in front of you. Muscles huge, just absolutely massive, the size of tree trunks. Massive hooves coming out from beneath a leather skirt. Scars and tattoos, markings of Orcus along his body, and two massive ram-like horns emerge out of his head. I do need some whiz saves, please.
I wouldn't know who this is, would I?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
Since the state I am in...
Oh, holy shit! Oh gods! A little warning.
With the state I'm in, will I roll that with like an advantage?
Yes, you would.
Yeah. Okay, I'm really glad. But no, I guess that's not good.
It's no.
That's how it goes.
Everyone roll some P100s, please.
Ooh.
100s. Okay.
Jesus.
That's terrible.
33.
Oh god.
I got pretty good.
No.
So
Why isn't it working?
Damp Moss and Blaine, you feel a wave of depression wash over you.
Did mine not? Yeah,
You feel, yes, I will describe yours in a moment because yours is weird, and I don't know how you'll decide how this looks on Gilrock. But I need to roll for Vaitara. And for Sandeep.
You'll just kind of went on this one like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Vaitara is also Depresso Espresso.
You'll just get very sad.
Sandeep is
Blaine, the
going.
98, then the 96.
Sandeep fucking faints.
Yeah, Sandeep is gonna faint. And he has the same flaw as you temporarily.
What is it?
I'll tell you as soon as I get everyone done.
Okay.
Unconscious. Sandeep is now unconscious. Gale with save.
Gilrock looks behind him. Gilrock looks behind him. Oh, for fuck's sake! Like, we just dealt with this.
Gale also, unfortunately. So, Horan, and Blaine and Vaetara all become very depressed. You are aware inextricably and almost inconsolably of the futility of existence. Everything bad that has ever happened in life comes washing over you.
The Blaine feels the
Just
same.
slump
Yep.
to my
Yeah,
knees
Blaine
in
basically
dirt.
feels the same. Mega
Vaetara,
depression.
noticeably, her wings kind of fold a bit as she grips onto her necklace, grunting. Describe yourself, Damp Moss, because you got cut off.
I just like glance down at my hand, see like the glint of the metal as the rain brushes down it, and I just fall to my knees in the dirt.
Yep, you can hear Zaren's voice in your head, yelling at you, the oppressiveness of it all.
Would I?
Gale seems really interested in what's happening, almost overly so. You don't know what's going on in his head, so Gilrock, you feel inexplicably angry. Just, you want to blow up. You want to punch someone. You want to punch Damp Moss right now. He needs to suffer for what he did. He needs to suffer for being weak, for not being able to stand on his own.
Okay, so Gilbert's pissed.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's not going to do anything because there's a big ass demon lord there, so he's not going to just go over and deck Damp as he's crying on the ground.
You
But
need to
he's,
roll a wisdom save to see if you won't. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're under the effects of madness. This is you.
Oh, okay. 13.
You are compelled. Your body,
Oh,
you
okay.
might not want to, but you have to go punch Damp right now. You are that angry.
Gilbert goes into his beast through the Cyrus, and he's gonna ram this boy in the face.
You don't need to roll. I do not make an attempt to dodge. I just turn to glance up at you from where my hand is laying in the dirt with just a tear running down my face.
You glance up and see a full goat charge with his horn first, just. Hey, max damage. Let's go. Gilbert fully takes a ram into your face, just.
Yep. You break Damp's jaw.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, fucking ow.
Am I still like compelled to hit him afterwards, or am
Yeah,
I
you
like?
are. You need to roll me another whiz save.
Okay, I get a +1 to this. Hey, 19. I'm good.
Yeah, you feel a bit of yourself coming back, but you still feel very angry. Angry that he took advantage of. That he and his weakness took advantage.
Gilger's slightly confused as to why he just headbutted a dude. But he's like very conflicted right now because it's like he's pissed, but at the same time, he's like, I'm not the type to just randomly headbutt someone.
I reach up to my face and just like
Blinks.
touch where you impacted me, feeling like the broken section of jaw. Glance down with a metal hand and just see my blood on it, and then just look up at you and just give like an accepting nod.
Yeah, you'll just see being like have a very confused look at his face as he's like breathing basically like a bull, basically like hard exhale through the nose. As he's just like, what the fuck? But at the same time, very pissed.
Will you allow him to read your mind, Blaine? Yes or no?
It doesn't matter if I give consent, just fucking do it.
Alright. With a surprising amount of gentility for what he is, Orcus places a hand on your head and scans your mind. His hand retracts suddenly as he feels a wave of fire wash over him. I thought you agreed to it.
Did you feel some sort of burn?
What do you think that was?
Maybe Kalia. I'm not in control of what she chooses to do in my head.
You better believe it
I don't
was
get-
me. Boom.
Do I stop being mad now that there's a goddess here, or am I still mad?
Are you still mad for now? I'll tell
Yeah.
you when you stop being mad.
Just as a question,
Yes.
because I have, I don't know if it counts as like a charm thing, but I have, as a goat man, count the charm, or is it not that type of thing?
It is it's similar, but it's different. So I'll
Alright.
allow you to roll at advantage. So
Okay.
it is different. Just FYI.
Yeah, that's why I was just wondering if if this is just some god thing or like a demon thing, or if it would count as like a charm thing.
It is not charm. It is madness. Y'all
Very
all rolled
angry.
ass on the save.
Mm-hmm.
On the initial, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't roll ass. I rolled low. It just made me very mad.
No, I'm
Instead of being
talking about like
depressed.
ass on like the
The
save
save.
to be not.
Well, I have a +1. Look at Dan. He has a +7. I mean,
Yeah,
he has no excuse.
it was a bit weird. I was like, okay, everyone got the madness.
Let's go.
He changed the music because we had a good pickup of beat. I'm loving it. There we go. There's her picture. As a fiery, beautiful woman extends her butterfly-like wings, you're not going to touch him. Listen, sweetheart. She extends out her hand in front of him and he backs up a bit, considerably so. What did you just call me? You want to say that again? Gilrock, flare hands. Release your mind. Release your mind of what has come over you. Roll wisdom at advantage.
Okay. Probably. Yeah, that's a big ol' 11, and the other one's a big ol' 10. That's 7. Big oof. Very angry. Angry goat man.
She turns back to look at you and it raises an eyebrow, almost confused.
Yeah, Gilrock's instinctively doing the dragging his hoof on the ground.
Yes.
As if he's getting ready to charge again.
Orin Savala? He seems now a bit unsure of herself.
Okay. At advantage?
Yep.
Oh my god, I got a nat 1. Okay, thank god that was advantage. 22.
You are not depressed anymore. However, your jaw is still broken and now you feel
Yeah,
pain.
I go to stand up and thank you. And just cup my jaw gently.
Yeah, stay down, huh?
All right. Orcus begins laughing. You can't even get the satyr out of his anger. Did I ask you to speak? Her body begins to glow with the brightness of her homeworld. Blaine, do you say anything to her? Or are you passively letting this happen?
I think... Oh, this is going to propel me. I know where this is going to go. I'm going to reach out with Everett's black tentacle and lock it around her arm to keep her from casting a spell.
Wait.
I'd like to cast Entangle on Blaine.
Okay.
Would that be contested dexterity in that
It would
case?
be.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Is that
shit,
is that a
my
check or a
dex is
save?
so
Check.
Check.
Alright,
Okay.
alright.
17 for me.
Come on, fuck.
You have inspiration if you want to use
Yeah,
that.
you do have inspirations. Both of you do, actually.
You
Yeah,
have a
I'll burn my
higher add-on.
inspiration for this.
While they're doing this, can I try to not
Fuck
be
me
mad
dead.
again?
That's a 5. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
You are too angry to try to focus enough to let out a prayer. Blaine,
Kill everything
you
right.
shoot out a black, greenish tentacle, which wraps around your elder sister's arm as she is just about to send out a burst of fire. The skin around it begins to grow a pale yellow color as it tightens. What the fuck? He says audibly. Let's just see if Orcus floats over. Everyone is looking at you, Blaine. Kalia turns back at you with an expression of shock, hurt. If eyes could speak, they speak of tragedy, as her fire dims.
Drama.
Aaliyah. And I like the tentacle lets go of her arm.
He looks down at her arm where it had been wrapped around, and you see a burn mark from where it touched her skin. Looks at you.
I love you. I do.
What's it do? What did you just do? She runs up to you and grips your shoulders forcefully.
It's like Blaine doesn't even resist. He just lets her shake him like as violently as she wants to.
She's not like shaking you that hard, but it's definitely like a stunned. Gilrock, roll me a wisdom save, please.
I'm foul. Too mad. Or is 14 high enough to stop being mad?
Oh my god, why are you so bad at not being angry?
I have a +1, okay? Leave me alone. Had it been a charisma save, I'd be great.
Alright, Vatara, please stop being depressed.
I'm not that wise, okay?
Vatara makes it. She's not depressed anymore.
Raw.
You were one off.
Raw.
Did
My
you?
body
Why?
can spray myself.
What did you just do to yourself, Blaine? Tell me.
I'm tired. Kalia.
Tired of what?
I'm tired of fighting.
No, you can't. You can't say that. Listen, no, you. You have to fight. You have to continue, please. Please.
No. And I'm just gonna walk away after saying that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm confused. You're gonna walk away. You want Orcus to read your mind, or what do you? I'm confused. I'm a bit. What are you trying to get done?
Oh, I thought he was like running away
Nah,
almost.
he's still here. Because
No, in that case, then no. In that case, no. I'm just gonna say no.
As this intense moment like builds, there's suddenly a slight flash of green light as I fix my jaw because it was really getting to me, and like I didn't want to, but damn, it really hurts. So I'm gonna just sort that out. I think anyone that looks at me, they just get like a
Damp Moss, something is wrong with Blaine. You can feel it.
I can cast Detect Magic at will. I cast Detect Magic in case anything funky's going on.
I mean, nothing, not in that respect. You have Detect Good and Evil?
No, not a
Okay.
paladin, unfortunately.
Well, you can tell because of where you lived. Something's wrong.
But I'm angry.
Something demonic is going on.
I step closer, but not too close, and just look to Kalia and back to Blaine.
Brother, you...
Blaine, we've not been told of your background, have we? Did we
No.
cover that?
I have.
No, so I don't know.
Gilrock,
I
no.
was told a little.
Blaine, I've seen this kind of thing before. What is happening?
It does not concern you.
So it would seem. I try and just put a glance up to Kalia, just like.
Oh,
"Mm."
help me. Help. You can't give up. You got a second chance. Please.
Leah should have died on that boat. You know that as well as I do.
But you didn't. Even Zania let you come back. Don't think like this. What about your wife?